This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com.
What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com giving you a full NXT recap. This one was NXT 332 on the WWE Network. Happened April 27, 2016, Dallas, Texas. You had Tom Phillips and Corey Graves as your commentator. They started off NXT letting you know that it had mayhem in Massachusetts. You had Samoa Joe actually beating Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Third time's a charm. Your first match was actually NXT's Women's Champ, Asuka versus Eva Marie. Well, the crowd already knew what was going on. They chatting, Asuka's going to kill you, and then you can't wrestle the Eva Marie. And but I would have to admit, Asuka actually made this match watchable. You know, even with it being Eva Marie in there. Eva, she still needs to increase her speed in the ring, and I mean, she's more dainty. She's more of a old school WWE diva. You know, they got rid of that. People didn't want to really see that. She's more of a diva than a wrestler. She really needs to work on her in-skill abilities, starting off with her speed. I mean, she's going too slow. She's making it seem like it's scripted. But she was getting beat up so much that Nia Jax came out to lend assistance to her to give her more support, and that didn't even work. You know, Asuka got a spinning heel kick on her and just knocked her out, pinned her 1, 2, 3. Then after the match, Nia Jax and Asuka, they kind of got face to face. Then Asuka did a spinning heel kick towards her face, and you know Nia just backed up out, got Eva, backed up out the ring. You know, people wanted to see it, so they were booing. They wanted Nia and Asuka to lock up. Yeah, that should be an interesting direction for NXT to take in the future. Then they went on to show Lowell, Massachusetts, the highlights from the match between Finn Balor and Samoa Joe for the NXT Championship, and they showed that Finn Balor went for a high risk move and kind of crashed and burned on it, messed up his leg. Samoa Joe got him in that muscle buster, you know, get him on the top rope and put their head on side their neck, come down, boom, love that move. He got the pin victory. So then, you know, the crowd goes nuts, and then they showed after the match interview with Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe was like, "Look, man, I told you I was gonna beat that boy. He survived 2 times before, but I told you I was gonna get him. You know, yeah, I told everybody I was gonna beat Finn. So that was pretty much the gist of that. Second match, you got the Revival. You know, Dawson and Wilder versus Jeff Parker and Matt Lee. And they just the commentator was hilarious. Corey Graves called them was Jamoke 1 and 2. Jeff Parker was Jamoke 1. He started the match. Matt Lee was Jamoke 2. And the Revival, man, ever since losing the titles at NXT Takeover Dallas, oh man, this is the first time I saw them since then. And they came out blazing. They just was whooping these boys. They were just stomping them, whooping them, just constantly just beating on them, just doing it, just aggressive, getting the maximum count from the referee before they have to break a hold and just stomping them, just completely whipping. So Jeff Parker got whooped. They threw him into the corner to tag in Matt Lee. I'd have to say Matt Lee is excellent in terms of crowd interaction. You know, he did stuff where even though his teammate was getting beat up, he made it enjoyable to actually watch his teammate get beat up and anticipate him getting in and getting beat up as well. So Matt Lee got in and they did the same thing to him, just really, really whooped him. Did they tag team move on him? Put the foot on his chest and told him to count 1, 2, 3. You know, that was a wrap. You know, hey, the Revival won it. It was a really, really strong 3 match. Just really, really good. Just like you know, watching Asuka fight was a 3 match. It was a 3 out of 5. This match was a 3 out of 5. Then they took they kept beating up on him, you know, Jamoke 1 and 2 after the match. Then got the microphone and said, "Look, we're putting everybody on notice. We want the tag team titles back. We're gonna bust through everybody until we get them." So you had your third match. You got the Hype Bros, you know, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley versus Blake and Murphy, you know, some ex-tag team champions. You know, the crowd chanting, "We want Alexa," so I guess they wasn't feeling Blake and Murphy without her. And, you know, overall, it was a strong 2 match. It was average match. It was a strong 2. It had potential to be a 3, but to say that it's the hype bros and you expected a whole lot of energy, Blake and Murphy did not really compliment the hype bros in their style and their energy. So it was just a strong 2, kind of like an average match. It got really slow, but the hype bros end up doing what they call that, the hype rider to end the match. What Zack Ryder do his finishing move, and it's on the shoulders of Mojo, and then they celebrating, and Revival attacked them, so that was cool. You had your 4th match. You had Camilla, from Enzo and Cass versus Aaliyah, one of the people that was on Breaking Ground. And Camilla, she has a lot of cool antics, but she needs to work on her speed and timing in the ring. She really does. It looked orchestrated with her. Aaliyah, she's actually pretty good. She just needs to work on a connection with the crowd itself. She's doing her moves and everything. She's going through really smoothly, but it's really no real interaction between her and the crowd. She needs to work on that. So, and I really like Aaliyah. She sells her moves really well. Also, overall, it was just just an average match because they both have things they need to really work on. But Camilla ended up winning it with like an inverted triangle leg lock choke thing that was actually pretty cool to see. But it still was an average match. It was a 2 out of 5. Elias Sampson was interviewed about having to face Shinsuke, and he pretty much said that, look, they're gonna saying William Regal misinterpreted his songs, and he's gonna regret actually putting them in a match with Shinsuke. Shinsuke gonna pretty much regret drifting his way. Yeah, because he the drifter. So 5th match is, of course, Elias Sampson versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And, I mean, this was a really decent match. I'll just tell you, it's a 3 out of 5. It was a pretty decent, pretty strong 3. Shows strengths and skills for both of them. Elias has a good look, good build. So he used his power and his build to really do some really cool moves and to really put some damage on Shinsuke. And but Shinsuke overall, hey, he the king in strong style, and man, he did that knee strike to the face in the match, and I mean that still looks really crucial. So that match was a 3 out of 5, and that's how NXT actually went off. Thank you for listening. I mean, this is the first one. Everybody told me that they have the Raw and SmackDown recaps, that they needed an NXT recap for the people that doesn't have the WWE network. So look, Playtime Care is happy to oblige in that. Here we go. This is the first one. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to PlayTimeCares.com. I do more than wrestling. I have a lot of funny stuff on there. Food reviews, places I go, wherever, dad blogging. You get to see what I'm doing with my kids at times. Follow me on social media, Playtime Cares. I'm on there. I follow back. Just let me know. Playtime out.